Porsche made 5.3 billion euros in profit in 2024. Then they went all in on electric cars. Now they're sitting at 90 million euros for 2025, a 98% collapse in a single year. And the most brutal part is that they did it to themselves. For decades, Porsche had a formula that just worked. The 911 is one of the most iconic cars ever built. A rear-engine flat six that sounds like nothing else on the road. With a racing history stretching back to Le Mans in the 1950s. These cars won races. They became posters on bedroom walls. They turned Porsche into something genuinely legendary. That identity was worth billions, and for a long time nothing could touch it. Then governments started pushing EV mandates. Investors started demanding green targets. Executives got convinced that if they didn't electrify immediately, they'd be left behind completely. So Porsche committed, fully, spent an absolute fortune developing electric platforms, restructured entire divisions, started cancelling combustion projects that customers actually wanted. The European Union announced that by 2035, the sale of new combustion engine cars would be banned outright.
What we need to do is to have a CO2 tax at the European level. That is the biggest change that will lead to producers understanding they need to change the way they produce.
So every car manufacturer on the continent was suddenly staring down a hard deadline and had to figure out how to reinvent themselves completely in just over a decade. Porsche, Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, all of them started pouring money into electric development at a scale that had never been seen before in the industry. At the same time, the media and investment world had fully bought into the idea that electric was inevitable.
The longer you take to make a change that is inevitable, the more it will cost.
And anyone who disagreed was either ignorant or lying. Tesla's stock was going insane. EV startups were getting valued at billions before selling a single car, and legacy manufacturers were getting punished by investors for not moving fast enough. So the pressure coming from above inside these companies was immense. The entire industry convinced itself that demand would follow if they just built the thing. Porsche had to take a 3.9 billion euro write-down after reversing their own EV strategy. They'd bet everything on full electrification. Demand dried up, and they had to publicly walk it back. That reversal nearly erased their entire year of business. Margins that used to sit around 16% fell to barely 3%. For a luxury brand selling six-figure cars, that kind of damage is genuinely hard to recover from. And that is really what this whole story comes down to. One of the most successful car companies ever built, with decades of racing history and one of the most loyal customer bases in the world, looked at all of that and decided to chase a trend that their own customers weren't asking for. Governments pushed, investors pushed, the media pushed, and instead of trusting the people actually buying their cars, Porsche folded. They spent billions dismantling the exact thing that made them worth billions in the first place. Porsche will probably survive this. The 911 is still one of the greatest cars ever made, and that doesn't go away overnight. But the money that was lost, the projects that got cancelled, the trust that took a hit, that stuff lingers.